Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are testing out new makeup from Makeup by Mario and a lot of new favorite items I'm going to talk about. I may not be trying everything on, but I'm going to talk about all my new beauty finds and I'm so excited. There's some fun stuff in here, you guys. But before we get started, if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you can get notified. I'm here every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, and when I'm not on YouTube, be sure to follow me at Christy Allure on Instagram, on TikTok, Christy Allure, and on my blog, ChristyAllure.com. Please give this video a huge thumbs up, comment below, say hello, and without further ado, let's get started. You guys, let's get started. So I have a lot of new makeup and I decided that let's just kind of combine some of this, and I'm just going to kind of talk about some of these products because they're not exactly new, some of them, and then some of them I'm just kind of testing the waters right now. But I really want to focus on the Makeup by Mario and his new launch with his highlighter and his blushes. I did not purchase the contour powder or the contour stick because both of them have coconut oil in it. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to kind of stay away from that. But the blush, the powdered blush does have it as like the 4th or 5th ingredient. We'll go over that in just a second. But I did fine with the Pat McGrath one, so hopefully I'll do fine with this Mario one, and it was actually further down the ingredient list. But I do have the new Jaclyn Hill Bougie Rouge collection that just came in today, and none of it has coconut oil in it. So I'm very excited to launch into that in the next video. But we're gonna just focus on some Sephora finds right now because I have a lot of favorites right now, and I thought I'd just kind of talk about it in this video. And I thought I'd do a little bit of an eyeshadow look with the new, well, not new, when he launched this last year, but I've talked about this on the last couple of videos, this Master Mattes palette. So I thought I'd just do kind of a very simple, yes, I know, simple look today. But I do want to go over a couple things. So I did already do my foundation because I don't want to take too long on this video. And I thought because we were going to do an eyeshadow look, and I'm only ranking the 2 brand new Mario products. Other than that, everything else I'm just going to kind of talk about. So I decided, this is not new, but they kind of relaunched this with, I think, new shades. You guys know I'm such a huge fan of the Radiant foundation as well as the Soft Matte. Both of these are on the top of my foundation list. I absolutely love it. I have been wearing this product, so that's why I didn't even do it on camera. It's nothing new. It's nothing that exciting. It's a really good tinted moisturizer to wear alone if you have amazing skin. It is kind of more of a luminous finish. It's not necessarily like the Laura Mercier tinted oil-free moisturizer, which I think is better for oily skin girls. Right now I have very dry skin, so this has been really good for me. Do I like it more than the Fenty Eavesdrop? And I did do a video on this, so you can check that out right there. I love this. I have been going to this more often than not and doing just a very simple light layer and then just setting it with her powder or even the One Size Beauty powder. But I love this. So if I'm comparing the two and you're like on the market for a tinted moisturizer, this has a 0 scent in it, but it just is so beautiful. It gives me the coverage that I need. It doesn't aggravate my skin, and it's been my go-to tinted moisturizer. So if I'm comparing the two, I like this one because I can just wear it on its own. I really like this one in combination. So let's just say I want more coverage, right? And I'm going somewhere kind of nice. I would add in just a smidge of this on top and just use my BK Beauty brush, which is getting washed right now. I love that brush for just kind of like setting this on top of this, but using this as like mainly the main thing. And I actually like using this with my hands or just my beauty sponge. Today what I did was I did that, but I didn't do the soft matte because my skin is really dry right now. So I actually went in with the Nars Punjab Radiant and did the same exact concept where I just did it where I felt like I needed the coverage just on my imperfection areas. But it is a very beautiful finish and it's really good for dry skin girls right now. And I think if you have really good skin or even like really young skin, you're gonna love that tinted moisturizer. And it's a pretty good price point. Let's look at that real quick. It does have an SPF 30 in it. It's $45. You get 1.9 ounces, you guys, almost 2 ounces, 50 mils of product. So you're looking at 90 cents per mil. That is a phenomenal price point. There's only 16 shades. I did go with Saint Moritz. Don't make fun of me. I don't even know how to pronounce that. But anyway, that is a light medium with a golden undertone, and it was a perfect shade for me. Perfect. And it's just a very lightweight fill, you guys. There's nothing like, it's not gonna give you full coverage. I probably could go Mykonos. That is a medium, maybe as I tan more, but right now the Saint Moritz, how you say it, is my color. I also wanted to talk about, because this is newer and I purchased it when it was like, when it launched at Sephora, and I wanted to try it out. I don't typically use color correctors, as you guys know on my channel. I don't typically use, I don't have under eye discolorization unless I didn't get a lot of sleep or I have bags or something like that, which is not very often. So why I purchased this is because I do really like NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and it has kind of a similar consistency to that, but it is more of a color corrector. This is something you guys are interested in, this is light, okay? This is a light shade. I'll show the up close shots right there. But as you can see, I don't know if you can tell in my lights, but you will be able to see it in that picture up close. It is a very peachy, darker tone, and it does oxidize. So if you are my skin tone or even just a little bit more tan, I would still consider the light, because I did get the medium and that was way too dark. What I like this for is actually covering up my imperfections and like my acne scars or just any kind of discolorization on my face. This is actually an excellent product for that, because it's giving that peach, it's gonna cancel out all that darkness, you know, because typically, especially with Asian skin tones, our hyperpigmentation gets really, really dark. So anytime I get like a scar from a breakout, it's dark. So I either have to counteract it with green or peach. Typically green works for me, like I love the Dr. Jart's one, but I really like this peach one. It actually really like blend it right into my skin. What I did was I did the foundation and then I just took this and only, because it's a it's a different kind of applicator. It's not really like a doe foot applicator. I'll show it up close right there. It is a very like interesting applicator, but it's supposed to just really kind of like hit the spot. It's not like you're using it for concealer. I wouldn't recommend using this for concealer. I do have the Fenty eye brightener, and I actually put this on as well. So I'll go over the comparisons on the price right there really fast. So the NARS Radiant Creamy Color Corrector comes in 4 shades. It's $30. 0.02 ounces. You only get 6 mils of product in there, so it's not very much product, but you're probably not going to use that much if you're just spot concealing areas. It's about $5 per mil. It comes in light, medium, medium deep, and deep, so only 4 shades available. But again, it's a color corrector, so there's not going to be a plethora of options. It's supposed to be long wearing, it's full coverage, and it does have a thicker consistency than the Fenty one, and it's very hydrating. And you do get a little bit more coverage than you do with the Fenty one. Although, for my no makeup days, I do really like this Fenty eye brightener. So let's take a look at those details. So the Fenty Bright Fix Eye Brightener is a concealer. So you can definitely use this as a concealer, but it is a very, again, light to light medium coverage. You can build it up, but I wouldn't recommend doing too much of it. I like to mix it in with my concealers, not necessarily, unless I'm doing a no makeup look, use it on its own. Let me warn you guys though, I went with 05 Butter. I tried to go lighter and it was way too light. So this was a perfect one. It's a soft yellow, light medium undertone. It's $25. You get 0.33 ounces, 10 mils of product. So you're getting a lot more product in this one. And it comes in 16 different shades. Again, I went with Butter. But I do really like this, you guys. I actually mixed it with my Dose of Colors concealer today. And what I liked is mixing the two together, and I felt like it gave me a little bit more hydration and a little bit more brightening. And it's really, really beautiful, really beautiful. So I have been really liking that. I would say, I don't know, I think they're very different. I think this one is more like a true color corrector. I think you can buy this in a more color corrector shade. This is definitely a different type of applicator. This has more of like that nozzle. It looks like that you can kind of roll, but I don't typically use it. I just kind of put it on the back of my hand and then just take it from there. And I like to actually put this one in with my ring finger and just really kind of dab it in, especially for those, again, no makeup days. Even if I went a little bit darker, it might even be better for that because it is kind of brightening. But it is very beautiful and it makes you very awake. And I actually love this combination together. So I just kind of wanted to talk about that. I did talk about this in my last video, but I have been really liking the One Size powders, kind of like on a Sephora haul favorites right now. So bear with me here. So I really like this. This is 2R. It just smooths out my under eyes like nothing I've ever used before. It is practically my go-to favorite thing right now. And I love contouring with the deep one. I think I can even go a little bit lighter on that, but very, very beautiful. It just contours so pretty. I do have the Victoria Beckham bronzer on. You guys know this is, I just talked about this in my last video. It is literally my number one bronzer. I do want to mention this really quickly. I have been having problems with lip balms lately. I've been getting breakouts, you know, randomly, not like in a cluster or anything like that, but just random ones here and there. And I'm realizing that a lot of the lip products that I had been using had coconut oil in them. So I switched over to the Kiehl's Lip Balm #1, and I really, 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 really like this. I got this at Sephora as well. I have been, and this is an Ulta buy, but I have been liking this Good Molecules. This is the Wake Up Eye Gel. You guys know I've talked about Good Molecules on my channel before. I love the hyaluronic acid. They do sell it at Beautylish and now at Ulta, so very exciting, so inexpensive. I think it's like $6 or something like that, and it is like heaven sent under my eyes. It is so cooling and nice and hydrating. If you have really dry area right there, like I get like dry patches right there, and it helps tremendously. And speaking of dry skin, so all my dry skin girls out there, or just in general, all my girls out there that wear makeup, I found the answer to my prayers. And this was a TikTok viral thing. I don't know how many people have seen it, but I just picked up on it. I don't really go on TikTok very often, to be honest with you guys, but I just get it from watching other videos. I can't remember who it was that was testing this out. It was a pro makeup artist, or maybe talking about it. I can't remember where I got this from, but anyway, it is a TikTok hack. Putting your setting spray in these like steamer, I don't know what these are called, face steamers. Let me tell you guys, I got this on Amazon. It will be linked right there. It's already in my Amazon store if you guys go to that. It is phenomenal way to set your makeup without having, like, I love the Urban Decay one probably the most out of any setting spray because it makes my makeup last the longest. But I hate the spray because it just kind of, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I put the Urban Decay in here, and let me tell you guys, I was having like some dry patch areas right there while doing my makeup earlier, and I just was doing this and literally took my beauty blender or my sponge and I was just like tapping it in, and I was like, oh my gosh, There you go. That was the answer to my prayer. So if you have dry skin or your makeup starts to like kind of like cling or break in certain areas after you're already done, get one of these, you guys. They are phenomenal. I mean, I don't care if you have dry skin, oily skin, everyone sets their makeup. This sets your makeup to perfection because you don't get like the water spots, but you're still getting the setting spray on your face. This is the best invention. I went through a few of these on Amazon and this was the only one I liked. So I will link this one. And again, it's in my store, but I will also have the link in the description box below. That is this is the best to find. I think this was under $10 too. I'll put the price point right there. It's insane. That is I had to talk about that, even though it's not a Sephora find. It's so good. So let's get on with this. Let's start off with my eyes because I only have the blush and highlighter. So let's start off with my eyes. I already did put this Makeup by Mario Master Eye Prep and Set. This is in medium. I wish I would have went lighter. I didn't get this one at Sephora. I actually bought it on his website. I just don't know if I'm that big of a fan of the texture of it, you guys. I mean, yes, that's light enough. It's very waxy. And I don't know, maybe that's good. It totally reminds me of the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage, which is one of my favorite old school concealers. I mean, we're talking like 90s, early 2000s. I used that forever before like creamy concealers came out and they were really, really popular. That Secret Camouflage was everything to me. So it kind of reminds me of that. And this powder was okay. It's nothing special. I'm just being honest. I don't really think if that was something you kind of had your eye on. I personally didn't care for it that much. All right, let's get into this Master Mattes palette. I will show the up close shot right there. This is by far one of my favorite matte palettes right now. I mean, the mattes in this, I always go back to them no matter which eyeshadow look I'm doing, even using other palettes, I always go back to this palette. And what I like is he literally created a matte for any skin tone. I mean, he designed this palette so that no matter what color skin you have, you will find some type of transition shade in here. We all need a transition shade. That is like the most essential shade, and a shade to like set your concealer. Like today I mixed those two together because that one's a little too dark and that one's a little too light. So I just mixed them together to kind of set down this Master Eye Prep and Set. Just because I wasn't a fan of that powder, so I really like that. I mean, this is the most incredible palette. I didn't even take the thing off yet. Most incredible palette. All right, I'm just gonna do very, very simple. I promise you guys, it's literally not gonna be anything special. I just wanna show you how I use this for just going out the door, okay? So let's go in with my typical Wayne Goss number 3 brush, and I've already used this color on this brush, so I'm not too concerned about it. I'm gonna go in first with, and I think these are just numbered. There's no special, I'll just put the one I'm gonna use. So it's just a really beautiful light transition shade for my light medium skin tone. I'll pull this mirror down as well. And I'm just gonna pop that. I'm gonna use the highlighter on the eyelid space. And I think what it is I think if I had younger skin and or even just no texture on my eyelids, which I have a lot of texture, maybe that eye prep and set would be good, but it just didn't glide over. I mean, I think the Rare Beauty one has a much softer slip to it, but I still really love using for just everyday my Nars matte concealer. But this Rare Beauty one just has a very soft texture to it. So if you don't really like a lot of thick, like an under base, you can always use your concealer too. But if you don't really like that, like the Nars is really thick, you guys already know I love my P. Louise is my number 1 when I'm doing really glam looks. But for just everyday and this simple look I'm doing right now, I typically just go in with my Nars or I mix it with the Rare Beauty one. This was just too waxy. It just was skipping. I was having a lot of issues with it, so it's really not my favorite. But this, look at that. It just blends like a dream. That's the transition shade. That's this 4th one on the top. So pretty, right? I mean, you literally could just leave it there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this first shade in this 2nd row. I love it. It's like a mustardy. It reminds me a lot of the Jaclyn Hill original palette and Pukey, because that color is my ultimate favorite color of all time. I wish I could just have that separately, but this reminds me a lot of it. It actually is pretty much identical to it. It is so pretty. I would say the Jaclyn Hill one has more pigment, but what's nice about these Mario ones is that they build up, and that's what I like about it. It's just very fuss-free. I'm gonna go back in with that first shade we were using. I'm actually gonna mix it with that second shade just to diffuse out the edges. But what I'm trying to say is if you are just like, I don't really care for doing like eyeshadow looks, I'm not very good at it, this is like the best beginner friendly palette you can ever get your hands on. What you could do, I'm gonna put the highlighter in there, but you can also just take, let me take this Smashbox like a concealer brush, and you can take like even that one and that one. I like to mix those two together and make it very mattifying. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the new highlighter, and this is in the shade Golden. I do want to get Pearl. I tried Pearl out in store and I love it. I'll go over the details with the highlighter in just a second, but I just want to finish up my eyes real quick. But a very, very beautiful color, and I'm just gonna pop that on the lids. I have already been playing with this. Do you see that? I love when you can just use things for multi-purpose. Let's just say you were going out of town and you're like, I really don't want to take, you know, an eyeshadow palette. You can use your bronzer, and then you can take this highlighter, or any highlighter, it doesn't have to be this one, take any highlighter and you can use it for shadows. There's no rules in makeup. You make up your own rules. And then you can just pop that in the inner corner like that. And then pop a little bit on the brow bone. Ooh, ooh. This highlighter is insanely pretty. Just on that arch area. Do you guys see that? How easy is that? And I'm gonna go back in with the first brush I was using. Nothing on there, nothing extra. I'm just literally using it to blend, just to kind of soften out the edges, just like that. I'm gonna bring that in. If you bring it in here, you're kind of like slimming out the nose and kind of matching it to your nose contour. All right, as far as the eyeshadows go, that was a very simple look, but I forgot to mention I did purchase his eyeshadow crease brush, which is really good. If you like synthetic brushes, it's a really nice, soft synthetic brush. Very nice. It's not as wonderful, in my opinion, as the Marc Jacobs Beauty, which I don't even want to talk about because I can't even comprehend it. Marc Jacobs, I mean, come on. We cannot not have you in this business. I think the beauty line is Kenzo, I want to say, which is like pretty much owns everything right now. And I'm hoping that somehow like something's gonna change. I don't know, but I love the products. I love the eyeshadows. I love the makeup. I love the brushes. I love his brushes so much. If you like synthetic brushes, like I think there's still a good deal going on. I want to say there's still like a 50% off of everything on his site. Sephora is pretty much hit or miss now. I mean, pretty much I think they've just liquidated everything. There's not much left, at least in our stores. But anyway, this is a really good synthetic brush if you are in the market for a brush. I love that it matches. It's very clean and sleek, his packaging. Very pretty. But this eyeshadow palette, you guys, I mean, do you have your hands on it? Comment below and let me know. I think if you're looking for just a standard everyday eyeshadow palette, this is one to get your hands on. I mean, I think the price point is not bad. I'll put it right there. It is a magnetic closure. This is gonna last you a long time, and it is just your basics. It's almost like that little black dress, right? You need that little black dress in your closet. That's what it pretty much reminds me of. This is my little black dress. It's just, it will go everywhere with me. And I like that it's sleek, it's compact, it's easy to travel with. I love the white, I really do. I think it is so clean. You guys know I'm a sucker for packaging. I just talked about the Victoria Beckham one, so beautiful. But sometimes it's just nice to have something very clean, sleek, and just, it just fits him. I mean, Mario is a phenomenal celebrity makeup artist. I mean, he's Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. He has magical hands. Like, and he's so soft-spoken, and he just seems like you literally want to be his best friend. And I'm so happy that he's come to Sephora and created his own line and is sharing all his wonderful techniques and just created such a beautiful product line that I can't wait to keep getting my hands on more and more products. I'm a little upset because I really wanted to get my hands on that cream contour stick as well as the powdered contour, but with coconut oil being like the first or second ingredient, it just would not be good for my skin type right now. But Mario knows how to do pigment, so very excited. This is the Poppy Pink, which is a vibrant pink. Let's go over the details right there. This is Makeup by Mario's Soft Pop Powder Blush. It's $24, a very good price point. 0.16 ounces. It's available in 5 shades. You get 3 mattes and 2 shimmers. Again, I went with Poppy Pink, which is a vibrant pink. You have 3 mattes, and right there you can see it's Desert Rose, which is an earthy rose pink. The Poppy Pink, which was the second kind of darker color. Wild Berry, which is a deep berry. And then you have 2 shimmers, which is Creamy Peach, and that's a soft muted peach, and Mellow Mauve, the delicate pink. It's a pressed powder formula, long-lasting silky powder blush that is super blendable and gives an instant pop of color, brightening and lifting your complexion. It's a luxe silky formula that glides on. It's infused with micronized clay to restore radiance. It has a patented polymorph for long-lasting color and comfort. You can take a look at the ingredients right there. Talc is the first ingredient if you don't like talc. There's silica, and then you can see the rest, and then you can see my lovely favorite word, capric triglyceride, which is coconut oil. Although it is the 8th ingredient, which is good. Like I said in other videos, the first ingredient is typically what it has most in the product. So 8 is not bad, which is the only reason why I purchased this blush, to be honest with you. It was pretty far down the list, and there is no scent, which makes me really happy, you guys. Oh my gosh, stop putting scents, please. I know most of you, I'm sorry, not most of you. There is probably quite a bit of people out there that like scents, but this girl just has to stay away from them. All right, ooh, this is really bright. I will show the swatch right there. So it is highly pigmented, you guys. I mean, even more than I think the Pat McGrath one. So excited to see what this is gonna look like, but a little frightened. So I think what we're gonna do is go in with a natural hair brush. Let's go in with this rougher one. This is a rougher number 5. It is a little more dense than I typically would use, but I'm gonna use it like on the flat side because it is the only clean natural hair brush I have right now. So I wanted you guys to really be able to see what it looks like without getting, ooh, that is really pretty, but that is very vibrant. So like I always do, I'm gonna pop that on the back of my hand. See, look at how much pigment you get out of that. So be mindful of that on the vibrant pink. But like the Pat McGrath one, I thought it was gonna go on way more aggressive than it is, you guys. So that's a really, really good thing because it's not to the point where I feel like I can't control it. So I'm just gonna go super light-handed and just kind of tap that. Yeah, it's very buildable, which is nice, but wow, you get a pop of color there. Oh, Mario. I mean, should I really be that surprised? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. It's kind of the first time I'm trying a brush like this, and I kind of dig it. And this is a natural hair brush, so a synthetic brush is obviously gonna pop more color in there. Wow, 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 wow. That is gorgeous. Wow. I think I like this one better than the Pat McGrath one because it has no scent in it. Wow. And I really like that Pat McGrath one. You guys, you know I ranked that in my scorecard, and I'll do another scorecard for this video. All right, I'm just gonna pop a little bit on the nose there. Again, on the temples. I just want to see, I'm just want to diffusing it out a little just so I can go in with a synthetic brush and check that out and see what the difference is. Yeah, you definitely are gonna get more pop right away with the synthetic. I am dusting off on the back of my hand too, you guys, and I am going super light-handed and I'm just kind of pressing. Wow, I mean, either way, it's beautiful. You cannot go wrong either way. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous, you guys, absolutely gorgeous. That, I'm so glad I went with this color. I was a little afraid. I was like, oh, it's a little hot pink for me. But wow, like I said in my other video, I love these pinks because for me and mature skin, it just makes us look younger and more youthful. I'm 43, I wanna look younger. So wow, that is beautiful. Mario, you nailed it. That is beautiful. I mean, seriously, you guys, stop it. There's just too much good stuff going on right now. Okay, I'm gonna diffuse this out a little bit, just a teensy bit, just because I wanna try this Natasha Denona cream over it. I just wanna see what that will look like. I mean, I've used the Natasha Denona over other blushes and it was really, really beautiful. So I'm literally just blotting that, you guys, just because I want it to look a little more diffused before I go in with the Natasha. But that is phenomenal. That just jumped above the Pat McGrath one and it's less expensive. Wow. Actually, technically it's not, because the Pat McGrath, you're getting a lot more grams in that, so technically not. Technically it's not. I would have probably put that as my number one had it not had the scent and had it not had coconut oil as like the second or third ingredient. At least this one's the 8th ingredient. That would have been number one, but this just popped above that. Wow. Wow. The only reason why I'm probably not gonna put this one as number one is because the Anastasia one is just as good in my opinion. Just as good, like equally good. And you don't have the scent, you don't have any coconut oil in it, there's no pore clogging ingredients in there, so that's the only reason why that one still remains number one until I try the Bougie Rouge from Jaclyn Hill. All right, let's try out these Natasha Denona Puffy Paint Liquid Blushes. I think that's what it's called. Do you guys remember those puffy paints, like puffy paint, like back in the days? I might be like totally aging myself, but you know, if you're my generation, you remember puffy paints. We used to like do the t-shirts and stuff like that, or hats. Oh my gosh, I love that. Anyway, let's go over the details for this Natasha Denona Puff Paint Liquid Blush. This is $22. It comes in 3 different shades. I went with Daria, which is a pink coral. There's also Tan, which is a peachy tan. And then the third one is Bloom, which is a true berry. This just jumped out at me the most. I might want to try the nude one because I do like the formula a lot. This Puff Paint Liquid Blush is made with a lightweight, easy to apply, buildable formula. It's infused with a skin thirst relief complex, wow, a super active ingredient that brings fast acting and long lasting deep moisturization even after you take off your makeup. What I like about this product is it really can just do like I said, like literally no makeup, okay? No makeup, but you just want like that natural flush, almost like you're blushing or you're, you know, you got a little bit of sun, you got a little sunburn in the right areas. This is perfect for that. Perfect. Yet you can build this up to be a very glam situation, but that's the beauty of this blush. I love how versatile it is. It is that blush you can literally just take with you. So this one I actually don't mind. Usually you guys know, I don't typically like putting applicators on my skin. First of all, I just don't think it's hygienic, but I feel like I don't have control that way. But this one, I feel like you kind of can do that. So I'm just gonna dot 2 right there, 2. I got a lot of breakouts in that area that are healing. I'm gonna go in, you can do it with your finger, but because I already have makeup on, I'm gonna do it with my Smashbox Blurring Foundation Brush, which is my typical brush I like to use. Now, I've never tried it with this foundation, nor have I ever tried it with, you know, over this powder. That is not a good situation. So this is a perfect indication of not all products mix well together. Okay, so I've done it with my Fenty Beauty and it was perfectly fine. But with this Nars Radiant Tinted Moisturizer and Longwear Foundation combo, I'm seeing it broke up right there. It pulled away some of the product. Oh, I'm living and learning with you guys on camera. I'm saving you the headache later. All right, let's get into the highlighter. So let's roll over into the highlighter details. This is the Soft Glow Highlighter by Makeup by Mario. It's $28, 0.16 ounces, 4.5 mils of product. You don't get very much in. The pan looks bigger than the actual product in it. $28 is not bad though, at least it's not like a huge cost up front. It's just you're probably gonna go through that a little bit faster. It's available in 5 shades. I did go with Golden, which is a luminous soft gold that flatters medium skin tones. I do want to buy Pearl because I did try that one on in store and I really liked it. It's a luminous pearl that flatters light to light medium skin tones. Opal, which is a luminous opal that flatters fair to light skin tones. Honey, a luminous honey infused with pink that flatters medium to dark skin tones. And then the last one is Bronze, which is a luminous bronze infused with copper that flatters medium to dark, deep skin tones. It's a pressed powder formula. It's a creamy, weightless highlighter that illuminates and visibly smooths the appearance of skin. Ultra silky, soft focus powder that melts onto the skin and blends effortlessly. It's a transparent blend of microspheres and light refracted pearls that leaves no visible powdery effects. The ingredients are right there, and again, there is that lovely coconut oil, which is in this product, the 4th ingredient. It's just such a bummer. All right, let's take this on my Wayne Goss airbrush. That's what it looks like. There's no powdery kickback, which is really nice. And we're just gonna kind of dot that. It is more on the glittery side. If you don't like glitter, I do see specks of glitter in there. So it's beautiful though. I mean, do you see that reflect? I mean, I like it. I'm a girl that I love me a highlight. If you are somebody that likes more subtle highlights, I don't know if this would be the one for you, but very, very beautiful. I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful texture. I love it. All right, and we're just gonna take the Linda Hellberg one and just do a little bit more precise of a, like right there. See how much more pigment that even pops in there? Oh my gosh, look at that. Ooh, whoa. Okay. I'm gonna take my sponge and just kind of go over it a little, just to calm it down a little bit. So pretty though. I mean, do you guys see that? That's a wet highlighter. That is gorgeous. I like it. It's a little bit different. I mean, the Jaclyn Hill one and the Jouer one, the Jouer one's intense too, but the Jaclyn Hill one is a little more buildable to me. So if you like more of a buildable type highlighter, I think this one probably, and then obviously the Hourglass one. So I'm not gonna do all my highlighters. I'm just gonna do the ones that I really like. I'll show the swatches right there. Mario one has more golden tones in it, has a little bit deeper tones. Again, it is for more medium skin tone. Next to that is the Jaclyn Hill Sparks. Jouer is my all-time #1 highlighter, Molten Glow. And then the Pat McGrath Trio, and then the metallic Hourglass one, so beautiful. I did forget to mention, you guys, I bought this at Ulta, but they also have it at Sephora. This is the Pore Refining Solutions Instant Perfector Primer. It comes in 4 different shades. This is by Clinique. It is so incredibly good, and it's not really a primer. I mean, you can use it actually over your makeup, which is kind of a cool thing. I use it under, but you really can use it over. I bought light. There's also, I think, a Brightener one, but it is so incredibly soft. It has almost like that dimethicone type feel. I don't know if there's actual dimethicone in it, but it's supposed to, let's just see, I'm curious. You're supposed to be able to use it. Oh, that just took away that little indentation right there. Oh my gosh, I've only used it under my makeup. Oh my gosh, you guys. That just took away that little area. I'm just gonna take it on the back of my beauty sponge. You're supposed to do it over your makeup, actually. I think it's supposed to be, that's what it's intended for. Wow. Holy guacamole. This might be the standout product today. Oh my gosh, you guys. That just like smoothed out my fine lines too, because I haven't had Botox. I know, I'm 43, I'm slow, I'm late to the game. I don't know when I'll ever do it, but probably the only beauty girl in my community that has never had Botox, and I probably could be the mother to most of those girls. Wow, you guys, it is so good. That literally just smoothed out those areas. I've only used it as like a base primer and I really liked it, but I think I like it even more as after your makeup. That literally smooths out everything without having to go over it with more powder, and yet you get kind of almost like a radiance to your skin with it looking perfected. I want to get back to the Clinique Serum Foundation and find a match because I do really, really like that foundation. You can check out that video. I loved that foundation. It was just trying to find the right color. And I've been using the Clinique eraser to, you know, cover up my blemishes, and it's just phenomenal. So wow, this is a hidden gem. This is gonna be like my holy grail can't live without products, seriously. Okay, anyway, let's get back to the star of the show, which is supposed to be the Mario products. So let's go over the rankings. Let's start off with the blush. I do 5 categories. I look at packaging, shade range. I also look at product claims, application, and pricing. And then I give you my total Allure score out of 50. As I state in every video, take what I say with a grain of salt because what I like may not be what you like, vice versa. So let's start off with the blush. Take a look at that packaging. You guys already know how I feel about this packaging. It is so clean and beautiful. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes that clean, sleek look really just makes it stand out even more. So a solid 10 out of 10, 100% of me loves the Mario packaging. So let's take a look at shade range. I think he came out with very beautiful, I mean, he's just launching these. So 3 mattes and 2 shimmers. I mean, no, it's not a huge shade range like the Pat McGrath ones, but I think he came out with very beautiful shades that do really flatter anybody from light to dark skin tones. The colors I saw them in store are absolutely stunning on all 5 shades. So shade range, a solid 10 out of 10, 100% of me thinks the shade range is beautiful. As far as product claims go, I do really feel like the product claims are there. Where I'm going to dock it like I did the Pat McGrath one is the coconut oil. Like at least it's the 8th ingredient, so I'm not going to dock it too much. So as far as product claims go, I think it does what it does. It's just I'm not really that fond of the ingredients in it. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. 90% of me does feel like the product claims are there. All right, let's take a look at application, you guys. Application, you guys saw, I thought at first, I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be too vibrant. And I like a lot of blush, okay? I like the clam cheeks. I like a lot. But I was a little scared on this color. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so pigmented and it is so bright. But it is beautiful the way, like he said, it seamlessly blends into the skin. I think it is gorgeous. I think the application was spot on beautiful. Whether you use a natural hair brush or a synthetic brush, I was able to build maybe more of a lighter hand with the synthetic brush, but the natural hair brush was definitely buildable. And as long as you go light-handed, I always recommend, if you don't like a lot of blush, to always go on the back of your hand with these brighter colors because you just don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. So I really like it. Application, a solid 10 out of 10. 100% of me thought this was a beautiful application. As far as pricing goes, so pricing was a little tricky for me because I do feel like it's a little bit of a high price point, again, for that mid-level brand at Sephora. I mean, yes, the price point doesn't look bad when you look at it, like just getting it, that's fine. It's at least it's not like $50, right? Still in the 20 range, which is nice, but you just don't get a lot of product in there. But let's be honest, how much blush do we really use? This is still gonna take me forever to get through, okay? So at least I'm not spending like a tremendous amount of money and I don't know how long it's going to last. So pricing, I'm only gonna dock it down 1 point. So I'm gonna give pricing a 9 out of 10. We're looking at 90% of me agrees with the pricing on this product. So we're looking at a total Allure score of 48 out of 50. So 96% of me would recommend this product. Again, the only reason why this product is getting docked down by any means is because of the coconut oil in it. And again, that's just my preference thing, so just take that with a grain of salt, okay? Because not everybody is affected by that. And I do love that there is no scent in this product, which I truly, truly do appreciate, which puts it above the Pat McGrath one. So let's take a look at my blush scorecard. So as you can see right there, it is number 2 on my list. I still think the Anastasia one is number 1. I just love that trio. I did put the Pat McGrath one. I scored it when I ranked it in my first impression video at 49. This is kind of bumped down for me. I do feel like that scent is really strong, a lot stronger the more I use it. Although I love it, it's beautiful. I love the color. I'm just not gonna reach for it as much, but I still think it's better than the other blushes below it. So that's my scorecard. It's going to change as new products come in. Again, I still have the Jaclyn Hill Bougie Rouge collection, which I am ecstatic to try. So I have a feeling that one's gonna jump pretty high. So let's move over to the highlighter now. So as far as the highlighter, I think we know where we're gonna go with this on packaging. It's the same type of packaging. I think it is beautiful. I love the mirror. I love everything about it. Packaging, a solid 10 out of 10. 100% of me loves the Makeup by Mario packaging in general. As far as shade range goes, let's take a look at those swatches again. I think he actually launched a very, very good shade range with this. I really love the depths and I really love the pigmentation of this product. But I do want you guys to know there is a little bit of that glitter on the skin. So if you're not really into that glitter type highlighter, this may not be the highlighter for you. I love it. I think it is absolutely beautiful. The shade range is a solid 10 out of 10, you guys. It is beautiful. 100% of me loved the shade range. As far as product claims, again, we're going back to the fact that I didn't even know the highlighter had coconut oil in it. And that was actually higher on the ingredient list than the blush. But again, I kind of just have to throw that into product claims. As far as the other product claims, I do feel like the product claims were there. I do feel like it really had that silky texture that just glided over the skin. It gave that perfect amount of pigment, and I really, really do appreciate that. So product claims, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. 90% of me is there with the product claims. All right, as far as application goes, I think we pretty much already touched on that during the product claims, but it does just effortlessly glide over the skin. It leaves like that beautiful, like wet, like highlight, but it's intense, but it's beautiful. And I think the Pearl one would be even more intense, which I am actually kind of excited about, especially during the winter time frame. So I think when the next sale hits, I'm gonna get the Pearl one because it is really beautiful, as long as it doesn't break me out. So I will have to test this out and kind of wear it more and see if it aggravates my skin in any way. But it is really beautiful. I loved it on the nose too. I think it is in the inner corner and the brow bone. So application, a solid 10 out of 10. 100% of me loved the application of this. As far as pricing, it's kind of the same thing with the blush. I do feel like it's a little high, a little over $6. It's kind of a lot for that midpoint, but like the blush, at least you're not paying an extraordinary amount for the product. So I give it that. I mean, you're still in that 20 range, which is really nice. You just don't get a lot of product, but like the blush, it's gonna take you a long time to get through this. You're not gonna be using all of that product. So I think as far as shelf life, that's really good. As far as pricing goes, again, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I think 90% of me agrees with the pricing as far as the quality you get. So we're looking at another total allure score of 48 out of 50. So 96% of me would also recommend the highlighter. Let's take a look at my highlighter scorecard. I think you guys kind of already gauge by when I was talking about the swatches. Nothing really beats Jaclyn Cosmetics. I really, really love that highlighter. So as far as price point and quality, Jaclyn really, and it doesn't surprise me because she's the queen of highlight, nailed that highlighter. And then the Pat McGrath one, it's expensive, but it's still up there. I mean, metallic highlighter by Hourglass and Pat McGrath are pretty much neck and neck. They're tied. And then I put the Mario, which still is up there compared to the other highlighters I've reviewed and have paid a lot more for. So comment below and let me know if you did pick up the contour bronzing cream and powder. And if you decide to purchase any of these products I mentioned today, which by the way, get your hands on this Clinique thing. I'm still in awe over what that did. I don't want to say that word, this word right here, even though I really want to. I'm not going to say that word in 2021. Anyway, I was just, my mind was blown by that product. So my goodness, I will have all the links below on all the products I mentioned today. Let me know if you decide to try out this. I don't even know what these are called. I don't know. You guys know. I've never had one before, but I cannot believe I never used this for a setting spray. That is, and you could just put any setting spray in there. So I will have that link below as well. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. I love you guys so much. If you're new to my channel, join our glam fam. We have so much fun. Hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell so you can get notified. I do upload new videos every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And when I'm not on YouTube, be sure to follow me over at Christy Allure on Instagram and on TikTok. I am on TikTok, and my blog, ChristyAllure.com. I will have all the scorecards available. I like to blog once in a while, so go ahead and check out my website, ChristyAllure.com. Please give this video a huge thumbs up, you guys. It really does help me out, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye!